Come with me as I make some new mini stickers for my stationery shop, Gem and Cozy. I recently drew these two new designs for my cozy confetti scoops that are spring themed. One says "Oh for peeps sake" and it has my little blueberry as a peep. And I made this other one with a bunny sakura flower. I specifically designed these for a spring cozy confetti launch, which is a combination of origami and mini stickers that I illustrate and print from my home studio. So I like to draw my digital illustrations on my iPad on the app Procreate, and I already finished illustrating everything, but I need to create a background border for my Cricut to understand where to cut the paper. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off all the layers that I don't need and just isolate the image that I want to create a border for. As you can see, I already have a blue border for the Sakura one, so if I remove that, this is what it looks like. And I need to make sure that the cut line is really clean so that the Cricut knows exactly where to cut. For the peeps, I haven't drawn a background yet, which is why it's translucent. So I'm going to turn off all of the other layers and then go ahead and create a boundary for it. My favorite brush to use is this studio pen. I edited the features on it and increased the stabilization so that it flows to my liking. It's basically my go-to drawing pen and people ask about it all the time. And the best part about it is that it's a free one that comes with the Procreate app, which is so nice. So once I draw my outline, I like to fill it in like this with a color drop, and then I drag it over to increase the threshold, which basically means that I'm filling in any of the bleed in between. It's pretty challenging to get a perfect outline on the first stroke, so I go in and I sort of warp the corners and fix any of the lines that are crooked. I noticed that having really sharp corners is really hard for my machine to cut around, so I've learned over time to just curve it and fill it in a little bit so that the Cricut can cut it more easily. This prevents little jagged edges when the sticker is finished as well. Now that it's done, I am saving the file and sending it to my Mac, which is the computer that I use for my Cricut. So I open up my Cricut design space, and since I am printing these stickers for the first time, I'm going to make a new spread for it. This is probably one of the most time-consuming parts of making stickers from home. You have to upload all of the images that you want on your spread and start playing what I call sticker Tetris to make as many stickers fit onto a paper size to the best of your ability, since you don't want to waste sticker paper. The reason why I outline the background and create a cut line for each sticker is because I use this setting called Flat Graphic, so it's just one file that's ready to go and I don't have to adjust anything beyond this. So now I just size everything to fit on my sheet the way that I would like, and since I'm making mini stickers, I can use the measurements that show up on the top and drag this to be smaller or bigger. I'm also so glad that Cricut added this option to change the canvas background color while I'm working on templates, because it is so hard to see where a sticker starts and ends if the background of your sticker is white. So I always change it to a bold color so that I could see the stickers on the sheet better. Now that I'm done formatting my sticker sheet, I attach all the layers together so that they move in one unit. and move on to the fun part, which is printing the sticker sheets. I like to use my printer settings separately so that I can adjust the paper quality as well as the print settings. I find that tinkering with all those settings if you print anything from home is really important so that you get the most vibrant and high quality prints as possible. I'm using my Cricut mat, but it doesn't have any stick left on it, so I do something kind of funny and special to get the paper to stick on. For vinyl sticker paper, I like to use a variety of companies. I've used HTV Ront. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it, but I really like the Ava sticker paper, which will all be here and tagged in my supply list in the comments. That one's my favorite one, but it is a little pricier. So I've used this one, and then I've also used, it's like Joy is or something like that. I feel like a lot of them are pretty similar in quality, so this is the laminate I'm currently using. It's the Oragard 210 mat. A lot of people really like the Oragard, and there's a different version of the mat that I think is a slightly different number, and that one is just as good too, but there's like a little bit of a price difference. The company that I purchased the Oragard from actually cuts the roll for me, but it's bigger than the sticker paper, so I always have to cut off excess, which is really common for a lot of sticker makers, unfortunately. Let me see. So I cut out that much. It's easier to peel on, and also if you cover these black lines, sometimes the Cricut has issues with the registration, basically reading the lines. It hasn't really happened to me with matte laminate, but I hear people say that a lot. I'm just using my little makeshift squeegee. Since my Cricut mat is no longer sticky, I have found that this method works the best if you don't want to get new mats every time. I like to cut the edges of the backing of the paper to create a sticky perimeter that I can just adhere to the sticker sheet directly. This way I don't have to use all this extra tape or tacky glue to keep my Cricut mat sticky. Here it is trying to read the registration lines. And here goes the cut. It's on the last one, so it's gonna shoot the paper out in a second. Okay, time to peel. That is the best part about making stickers. Ta-da! My mat's not really sticky, so I haven't really had to use the weeder, but this sticker sheet must adhere to the mat a little bit differently from my other one. You'll see. So you guys remember those extra strips of laminate that I was cutting off the sheets earlier? Well, I'm a little bit crazy and I like to save these so that when I make mini stickers, I can format the template to be in strips, and that way I can use some of this extra laminate and not throw it away. It's really time consuming, but it's kind of fun if you have the time for it. If I'm in a rush, I just end up using the full sheets of laminate, but once in a while I like to do this and try to use as many pieces of the scraps as possible. I really hate the idea of having to throw away so many pieces of laminate. So this is what I do to try to be a little bit more eco-friendly with the extra strips. I do have to format the stickers to be further apart so that there's extra space in between. But now that I've been doing this for years, I noticed that I am a lot faster with formatting mini sticker sheets and laying out the laminate. Oh no, this one fell off its backing. Thanks so much for hanging out with me and staying until the end of the video. Here is a sneak peek of what's to come for my spring launch. The date has not been announced yet because I'm waiting on a few things to arrive. The unicorn and the canvas stickers, art print, and sticky note are part of April Stationery Club rewards, so you can join through the end of the month if you'd like this bundle. But all of those items will also be individually available starting from the spring launch. I have 2 new sticky notes joining the family. The Lily of the Valley is back for spring and summer. I changed the background from white to this pink and blue, kind of dreamy, cloudy vibe. It also has a very faint grid line pattern in the background to make it easier for you to write straight. Peace was never an option with the Stabby Ducky is finally joining the family in this ombre green. And of course, I'm very excited for Grow with the Flow, which is Spring Pup Safi. So many of you guys loved Snow Pup Safi, which is based off of my dog, so I had to bring her back for the spring. She's actually sleeping right behind me amongst the rainbows. And here are all of my favorite spring summer vibe stickers right now. We have the Carefree Bumble Tea, Frog and Mushroom, my Coquette Bunny with the loppy ears, Peachy Boo, My Ducks Aren't Quite in a Row, Lily of the Valley, which is a clear sticker. You Bake the World a Better Place. I totally should have put Batter Place too. My watercolor gray bunny stamp, Flower Power, as well as my Petal Pal tulips, which is a clear sticker too. Let me know which one is your favorite in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time.